There are a lot of strong swords in Minecraft's entirety. However, nothing compares to the Morgan sword from All the Mods 9. But what if I were to tell you, you were building it wrong this whole time? Alright, so in last episode, we got ourselves unobtainium armor, fully enchanted, and well, it is absolutely OP. And there are still more things we can do to become stronger. However, I think we have a more pressing matter on our hands. This sword only does 31 attack damage. That's definitely not enough. So I want to build this Morgan sword, as it says it has an innate cap of 10,000 damage, but I believe that's actually wrong. From all the research I've done, it can go up to 5 million. It's definitely a lot more than 31. But to get the Morgan sword, we're gonna need this one first. And there is no crafting recipe for this sword because it's a magical item. So we're gonna need to do some spells. So the first thing we're gonna need is this dagger, which is very easy to make. So there is the dagger. But now to use this, we need to set a keybind, and that would be this one right here. So now with that done, all we'd really have to do is actually right click, and then if we hit that key that we keybind, it would make a little thing here. And we also unlocked a new type of mana, which is going to be very helpful. So that's about it for that right now. And now we actually need to make this a tuned diamond or an attuned emerald, but the diamond can hold a little bit more, so I'm going to make this one. We're just going to need an attuner, which is very easy to make. And now all we have to do is connect it with a diamond, and we have our attuned diamond. And that's important because to make this sword, we're going to need 5,000 mana, and we only have 100. So if we right click this, it'll start draining our mana, and it will slowly start going up. So we now have 100 mana stored in the attuned diamond, and our mana count actually went up to 101. That's because every 100 mana you use, your mana level increases, but that mana is regenerating way too slow. So we have a way to fix that. And that would be with the spell called Boundary of Drain Life, which means we just need 2 pieces of powdered iron, a piece of powdered emerald, and the thing we placed on the ground outside there. But to make the powder, we're actually going to need this mortar and pestle, which is very easy to make because for some reason, these types of mortars don't actually work with the mod. So this one is what we need. So let's crush down 1 emerald and then some iron. And we're actually gonna need a few of these spells, so I'm gonna make quite a bit of the powder. But as the book says, this spell actually drains the health of mobs nearby in a 10 by 10 radius. And for every health drained, it pretty much gives us health regen, satisfies our hunger, or it restores the mana in that order. So as long as we're not hungry or have any lost health, our mana will be going up. So I actually want to go back to the dungeon in the other, because as you might remember, this place has a ton of spawners. And I got myself a Silk Touch pickaxe right here. And I'm actually going to head down to that library again. Because as you can see here, we have these spawners that we need. Let's just get rid of a few of these guys. And we'll collect a few more, just so we don't have to come back later. So now with a good amount of spawners, we can go back home. And if we hold shift on them, we can actually see the properties of these spawners and see if they're any good. And after looking at these, I think I want to use the Vindicator ones because they have a spawn count of 10. So let's just throw them all in here for now. And I actually need to build a spawn area. And I think I want to build it over here. So let's do that now. Hopefully that'll do. Because now if we run down the hallway, we have 3 areas for different types of spawners. Now if I fly up here, we can go ahead and place this Vindicator spawner down right there. It'll spawn, push them all down, but I forgot to put down the spell. So let's grab our dagger, prick our finger, and then hit our keybind. Then we just put the 2 iron powder in, and then the 1 emerald powder. Then I believe the empty right hand, you just right click it. And there we go. It starts damaging them. And we can actually put multiple of these down in the same spot. So now all 3 of those should start working on these fairly quickly. But if we want this thing to continuously go, while we're not in the area, there's a couple upgrades we can do. One, we can get a soul lantern, which I believe we can get from where we found the warden. Yep, right here. I'm actually gonna grab a couple of these. Hopefully 3 will be enough. So now if we right click on this with the lantern, it'll take one, and now it'll ignore light levels. But we can also do gas tiers to increase the max entities, but it cannot be increased above 16. And this one's only at 6. So let's make a couple gas tiers. And now we can throw these in as well, increasing the entities up to 12. It'd be nice to increase the spawn count, but I don't have a piglin chart. Oh, I can add wool to make these silent as well? We might just have to do that. But this one right here is the one I'm looking for. We need a conduit, which is made by shells and Heart of the Seas. Yeah, can't make that. And if I'm being honest, I don't really remember where to get the shells either. Oh, okay, here we go. So it'll drop from a beach creeper, a deepling, and ender guardians. So let's look for a beach, I guess. Maybe this right here will count as a beach biome. So let's fly on over there. And hopefully this is what we're looking for. It is a beach biome, but it is nighttime. So I guess we'll go look for the temple. Or maybe a shipwreck if I can find one. What on earth is that thing? Oh, this is one of those things that we need that drop the fish. Or the shells. And we didn't get one. Okay, well, here's part of a shipwreck. But no treasure map. Is there any other chests? Oh yeah, here we go. Buried treasure map. That's what I'm looking for. And now we just kind of need to find where we are on this thing. Oh, okay. We're moving here. So back up right about here. And then maybe this way? Oh, yep. Here we go. We are right on top of it. So now if we dig around here, we should find it. Yep, there it is. So let's open that. And here is our Heart of the Sea. That was a lot easier than expected. What the heck are you? No, get out of here. Be, I guess, be free. I didn't mean for that to be a pun, but I guess that's how it went. But now we need a guardian temple. I don't think it's going to be Ars Narvo, or however you say it. Maybe we'll try it. And apparently it's 2,000 blocks in this direction. Okay, this doesn't look great. So I guess we're just exploring. And here we go. This is exactly what we're looking for. That didn't take long at all. So come here, guardians. Guess you dropped a guardian, but none of this is what I'm looking for. Oh, it has to be a possessed ender guardian? Well, that sucks. And we have phantoms. Great. Well, maybe they can't go underwater. While I'm here, I might as well try to fight the guardian. Hello? Oh, yep, that's it. Maybe down one of these little corridors. Hi, buddy. Well, that was easy. So let's grab the drops, I guess. But we still really need to find these shells. Beach creeper, deepling angler. Only a 2.5% chance though. How do you find a possessed guardian? Wait, was that just not the thing I one-shot? Maybe they're floating around in here somewhere? I guess not. There's another one here. Let's try that one. After we take 5 years to break this glass. Okay, here we go. Goodbye. Another Heart of the Sea, but no shells. Okay, so what would we need to craft this? Prismarine essence and fish essence. Prismarine requires this stuff, which is really easy. And then fish essence, soul jar. With either rock cod, pufferfish, salmon, or tropical fish. And we are collecting some cod, whacking these dudes. So let's just keep doing that. Oh, we got a chest right here, full of them. Well, that's helpful. So I guess now back at home, we can go ahead and make this conduit, which now means we can apply it to the spawner. And now it should just spawn, even if we're far away from it, which it looks like it is doing. So let's just collect a bunch of this mana. Okay, that's still gonna take a while. Maybe we'll look at a few more upgrades. And I think the only other ones that are gonna be helpful is the silent one, the golden apple for no AI, the minus 10 min spawn delay, and then the minus 10 max spawn delay. No idea what those really mean, but let's do it. So first we'll do the wool and the golden apple, and now they can't hurt me anymore. But the min spawn delay can only be reduced to 100, and this one's already at 40, so we're doing good there. But I guess I'll try just in case. Oh, wait, no, okay, brought it to 100, that's good. And now the unobtainium, which can only go to 100 as well. So there we go. So that's now spawning as fast as it can, but now we have an issue of items. So let's grab a trash can and one of our advanced item collectors. And now we can just dig below our room here, place down our spruce netherite chest, add our advanced void upgrade, and then add items, I guess, and then put our advanced item collector on top. Increase the range to max, and that solves our problems, except for the XP. I don't really know what to do about that. All right, but even though this is now going up very quickly, this one spawner still isn't enough. Even after I grinded out a bunch of gas tiers, and we apply as much as we can to it, the spawn count is still only 10. Oh wait, we can't increase it above 8 anyways. We don't need a piglin chart, so I guess we'll just place down another spawner, but this time over here. And we'll add all our modifiers to it, and then now just cast a couple more spells. So that mana is going up very quickly now, which means we can fill our Toon Diamond very, very quickly. So now that we have 5,000 mana stored, I'm gonna need a diamond sword with smite on it. And we're gonna need to perform this spell called Power Consolidation. And for that, you just need 2 diamond powder and 1 emerald powder, which thankfully we do have. And then we kind of want to fly away from our base because this spell is very interesting to say the least, because it does a very easy effect that I don't want to have by our base. But now we got our Smite 5 sword and our 5,000 mana. So if we go ahead and throw the sword in, it'll take all our mana. And if we fly on in, there is our new sword, the Caliburn, which doesn't do the 31 attack damage this does. But as you can see, there's an innate cap of 100. So there's potential of 100 damage there. But as I said at the beginning of the episode, that's nowhere near close to what we're gonna get it to. Now I could go ahead and turn this into the Morgan sword right away, but you don't want to do that because once you transform it into that sword, you can't do any more upgrades. So we got some things to do because I need to make some of these Ender upgrade orbs, which are very complicated. We're gonna need 8 Ender runes, which are crafted with Ender pearls and blank runestones. And we have an Enderman seed going, so Ender pearls really aren't an issue. However, the blank runestones only drop from the dead king. But as you see, it only has a 50% chance to drop 1. And we're gonna need 83 of these Ender upgrade orbs, which require 8 each. So we need to figure something out for that. And for that, I wanna use the mob swab, which is 2 pieces of wool and a stick. And then we just need to grab our structure compass. And we wanna look for Iron Spellbook Catacombs. And we have 3,000 blocks in this direction over here. So let's do a bit of flying. And I think we're here. So let's just dig down and we're in a little dungeon area. And there should be a room somewhere. And I think that's it right there. So let's get our mob swab out. And I think we need to swab him while he's still laying down like that. So let's fly in, swab him, and I'm not one-shotting him. There we go. That was easy. Let's grab that stuff. And a lot of this arcane essence as well. Because besides the Ender runes, we're going to need a lot of these empty upgrade orbs, which require arcane ingots that take a lot of arcane essence. And then we're also going to need the Cinder essence, which is dropped from ancient knights in the battlegrounds in the Nether. And I hope this is the correct swab that I need. But I guess we'll find out. So now if we fly back to base, we can store some of this stuff in the system, create a Nether DNA swab, and teleport to the Nether. And if we look for the battlegrounds, we have 1,000 blocks in this direction. So there it is. And I believe all we have to do to spawn these guys is break one of these piles of armor. Yep, and there he is. Then we just swab him and goodbye. And there's our Cinder essence. And then once we're back at home, I will need to make some chicken feed, which requires our mob swabs that we used and an XP bucket, which we'll get from this XP drain. That is very easy to make. Just a couple ender eyes, a hopper, and a singularity tank. And now we can just place this down right here and stand on it, and it'll start draining a lot of our XP. Now grab an empty bucket, and we can just pick it up. Now just add our mob swabs, and here is chicken feed for the dead king. And then the exact same thing for the keeper. And now we just need to go find a chicken. And here's 3. Look at that. So now we just take our chicken feed and we feed it to one of these chickens. They do that. And well, it was supposed to drop an egg. Okay, let's try this one. There's an egg. So we got the ancient knight. But where's our other egg? I probably swabbed the wrong part. So I'll have to find another. All right, here we go. That took way too long. So I think we need to do it while he's down like this. So shift click, there it is. Yep, he's getting up. Dead King Corpse DNA. So now I could just leave you? Yeah, I don't need you. Bye. And now we can feed that chicken and get our spawn egg. Now we can grab 2 more Vindicator spawners and everything to upgrade them. And if we come on down here and build another area, we can now run on in here, fly up one of our 2 chambers, place down our spawner, and then quickly grab one of the eggs and right click on the spawner to change it. Add the upgrades. Oh, I need an ender egg, don't I? Okay, where's our ender egg from before? There it is. So if I dig underneath it, I put a torch and then break that, there's our egg. And now I can add it to it. Why aren't you spawning? Hello? You're supposed to be spawning. I'm so confused. Okay, well, anyways, we can do the same thing for this one, but with the dead king corpse spawn egg. There we go. But why are we not getting any drops? That's a problem. I don't know how to solve this issue. Okay, that's unfortunate. This spawner won't work. So we're gonna have to get into the Ars Narvo mod, which means we're gonna need a new room. And this should do nicely. So the first thing we're gonna need is the imbuement chamber, because that allows us to craft these source gems, and it's all actually pretty easy to make. We just need archwood. But unfortunately, we don't have any of that. Thankfully, we have the market that sells us every sapling in the game. So all we're gonna need is emeralds, and that will allow us to buy one of each kind of sapling in the mod. And I'm just gonna plant them outside here, and we will bone meal them. And they're actually some pretty fancy looking trees. So I'll just take a couple logs off here, and we'll craft them into the archwood. And here is one imbuement chamber, but we're actually gonna need a few of these. So 5 should be good for now. So let's place one here, there, and right there. Well, I guess I got one more for later. Now with these, all we have to do is put either lapis or amethyst shards in. And I'm gonna use amethyst shards because I have a lot of them. Now I could just put this crystal in manually, but that's gonna take too long. So I'm gonna automate it with modular routers. So I'm gonna put one down right here and one right there. And then we're gonna put an import on one and then an export on the other. And on the export, we're actually gonna put in amethyst. And then we come back up to the top, take 2 distributor modules, and we have to add these to the module. But for one of the modules, we're actually gonna need to put in a source gem and have it to the one that's transferring into the rotor. And we're gonna need to make sure that's whitelisted. And then for the one with the importer, we just go ahead and throw that in, and it will automatically start being collected and put into our system. But now for the distributor module, we just need to make sure it's transferring out. And seeing as our filter's already on the export bus, we don't need to add one, we can just throw it into here. And now those will all automatically be filled up and taken out. But as you can see, these are actually going really slow. So I need to fix that. And to do that, I'm gonna use the volcanic source link and a source jar. And they're both very, very easy to make. So I'm gonna make 4 of them. But for these source jars, I'm gonna need about 16 of them. So if we actually drop on down below our elevator, I've created a little section here that we can actually go ahead and place our volcanic source links onto. And then our source jars will just kind of surround it right here. And what this volcanic source link actually does is it takes any fuel that you can put into a furnace and it turns it into a liquid that goes into here. I think it's called source. Would make sense. But you can't just right click things into these, as you can see. So I'm gonna need to make an arcane pedestal, which just requires gold nuggets, a source gem, and some source stone. And that's made with stone and a source gem. Okay, let's make some of that. And then we're gonna turn it into a little platform, which is done like that. Then grab a module router, and then we can take an ender chest, place it right there, an activator module, place it right there, and then this pedestal on the bottom of the activator module. Then if I configure this to pull blaze rods from the top, blaze rods will start stacking in, and then I can do the sender going down. And if I throw that in, it should go onto there, and they are automatically going into these volcanic things right here. And now the source jars are starting to fill up, and it gives a nice little particle effect when it does. But now to get that source liquid over here, we're gonna need a source relay splitter, which is crafted in an enchanting apparatus. So let's make that. But we're also gonna need multiple pedestals. Then the final piece being an arcane core. So now if we come on over here, I can place the arcane core right in the center of this room, the enchanting apparatus right on top, and then each corner of the room, I'm just gonna throw these down. So now to make the source relay splitter, we're gonna need a source relay alone, which is made with just a bunch of gold and a source gem block. So there's that. And now we just need 4 quartz and 4 lapis. So we can spread those onto the platform and then put the source relay crystal right in the middle. And it's gonna do a nice little crafting effect. We now have a source relay splitter, but we can't actually do anything without the wand. So we're gonna need 2 source gems, a stick, and a piece of gold. So let's throw the gold and the 2 gems down and then the stick in the middle. And there's our wand. So now I can actually come on down here. Oh, why are you filling up with lava? I did not see that coming. Well, let's get rid of that. And maybe this stuff just has to float in the air so this doesn't happen. Anyway, back to what I was doing. We now need to place the source relay splitter right there. Grab the wand, select this, and then we just select every single one of these positions. And with it taking from all 16 of the bottles, all we need to do is select this, grab another source jar, and then place that down right there, and then select the send point. So now that's filling up and gonna send to all of these, speeding it up dramatically. Okay, but that is now the beginning to this mod. Now to start doing the mobs, the whole reason we got into this. And for that, we're gonna need Tablet of Summon Wilden, which is made like this. Then we're also gonna need a ritual. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. So now if I come outside, I can actually place this down here and place template on it. And if you right click it, it'll start summoning in a bunch of these mobs, like a Wilden Hunter, and you'll get a Wilden Horn. Excuse me, Phantom, that's rude. And that's actually what I need for this next part. So I'm gonna grab my nature compass and I'm gonna look for the highlands, because I know the mob I'm looking for spawns 100% in this biome. So we got our coordinates, and now we're just flying off in this direction. And we should be coming up on it now. Yep, here we go. And so if I just look around here, I'm looking for a friendly mob. And here he is right here. So now if we take one of our Wilden Horns and we right click on this guy, what? Do we have to throw it at him? Oh yeah, there we go. We just throw it at him. He'll drop us a Drigme Shard. Oh, I should have got a DNA swab of that guy. Thankfully, there's a random stone here, so let's claim that. And then if we go home, I can make one of the swabs. And if I find another one of these guys, I can swab him and then also get myself another Drigme Shard. Now make some chicken feed, and I think you know where this is going. So let's just skip to the part where it's in the spawner. And seeing as the Ancient Knight spawner wasn't working, we'll just take that and we'll replace it with the Drigme. So now a ton of these guys will spawn. And now that we have the Drigme Shards, we can now make the Drigme Charm. We just need a whole bunch of crops and then 3 source gems. And with all those items, we once again do our crafting. And now with our Drigme Charm, if I grab a piece of mossy cobblestone, I can place it down right in the center here and then right click with my Drigme Charm. And then I'll transform it into a little pedestal with a little Drigme on top. And this is where the mobs come in. So we're gonna need 3 things. We're gonna need a containment jar, 2 containment rituals, which require essence. How do I make that? Oh, that's really easy. So if we go to throw the gem in now, no recipe found. What? It's right there. Redstone, stone button, clock. What am I missing here? Okay, I'm stupid. Needed to be an imbuement chamber, not the enchanting apparatus. So let's place everything in now. There we go. And now I can make 2 of the Tablet of Containments. But now we also have to make 2 mob imprisonment tools, which is just gas tiers and plastic. And then plastic is just cured rubber, smelted. Thankfully, we have a seed right here. So making this plastic is going to be very easy, and the mob imprisonment tool. And thanks to our spawner, we have a knight right here that we can just activate and now capture. That was way too easy. But unfortunately, the knight spawner doesn't work, so we're gonna need to fly our way back. And now break another one of these armor pieces and then capture. Now at home, can come out to our ritual section, place down one of our containment jars, and then our Tablet of Containment. And all we need to do is activate this now, and then throw this mob down there, and he'll get put in the jar. Now we can pick him up, put our other jar down, and now spawn this guy in. Nice. So we're all done with you for now. And if I come on over to our Drigme guy here, and I place these 2 guys next to him, he's happy and will do a little dance. So now let's just grab a chest and throw it down beside him. Oh wait, no, we need a source jar down. So let's just throw that right there and then connect it up. And there we go, he's farming. And we got some drops in the chest here, but this is still pretty slow. So I can actually craft up some more Drigmes. That being said, you know how it's done? I won't bore you with it. And here is 15 more Drigme Charms. So if you just right click on this, it'll keep spawning more Drigmes. And now we got a ton of guys farming. That kind of scared me. And there's the runes we need, the Cinder Essence, and the Arcane Essence. Now I just have to filter all of that. There we go. Now while that's doing its thing, we still have one last item we need, Arcane Salvage. And you get that from Arcane Debris, which I believe is found below Y64 in the overworld. And I have a feeling this is going to be difficult, because it doesn't look like there's a potion of sight for it. So down into our mines we go. Actually, correction, under minus Y level 38 is where it can be found. Wait, no, what am I doing? This is stupid. we should make this digital miner. It only requires atomic alloy, basic control circuits, steel casings, teleportation cores, which aren't bad, and 2 logistical sorters, which aren't bad either. What the heck is this thing? Reinforced obsidian and energy tablet. Okay, those are easy. But how do you make the reinforced obsidian? Refined obsidian dust. Okay, that's just made with crushed obsidian and diamond. So let's throw the obsidian in the enrichment chamber, then take that dust and throw it into the infuser. Then I believe it just goes back into the enrichment chamber. Yeah, wait, no, that's not it. Oh, it's an osmium compressor. Okay, how do we make that? Yeah, we can do that. So there is the compressor, and I'm just gonna move this brewing stand. And then now we just throw that in. And there's our refined obsidian ingots. So now let's just make 2 energy tablets and a personalized chest. So there's the robot, and then now just 2 teleportation cores and the logistical softeners. And there is our digital miner. So now if we come back down into our mine, I can just place this down here and then add our power onto the side. And if we come into the configs, we can set the radius to max, which would be 32. The minimum down to, I'll put -99, and that'll set it to -64. And then the maximum 0, because we don't need it going higher than -38. It just won't let us put that in the first place. But now we need to go ahead and actually add a filter, item stack. I should be able to drag over this arcane debris from the JEI, or not. I guess we need to find a piece. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, we're here. Oh, let's break that and pick that up. And now that we have that, we can actually bring it back to the machine and now add an item stack filter and put that in. Click save, and now it isn't showing up red, it's actually blue. So if we go back here and hit start, you can see it is ready to mine 26 arcane debris. Oh, I'm so glad I found this machine. But I do want some upgrades for this because it is very slow. So let's grab 8 of the speed upgrades and let's throw those in. Not enough energy to operate. What do you mean? The reactor's still full of energy. Why are you not getting power? Oh, maybe do I need the energy upgrades also? Well, let's grab 8 of those just in case. And then let's throw them in. Well, that got rid of the warning label. But this thing's now done mining and has 26 arcane debris, but we need 83. So let's pick this guy up and let's just fly over in this direction. And I don't actually think I need to put it underground, so we'll throw it here and we'll start it up. That is going a lot faster. So just a couple more times moving this around and we should have all our items. There we go. So now let's just smelt all of these. Oh, it needs a blast furnace. All right, we can do that. And I'll just throw that down right there. Take some of our coal and throw it in. But while we wait for that to do its thing, I need to check on how many runes we have. 238. We need probably triple that amount. So I need to speed that up a bit more, which just means more Drigmies. So there's 64 more. And we're just gonna spam these guys in. If the Drigmies will let me, I don't think we need any more. I could add more of these containment jars with the mobs in them, but do I want to go through that pain? Not really. So I'll see you when we got all the loot. All right, I think that is enough. So now we can go ahead and craft these up. Over 768 of the ender runes. But now we also need to make the arcane ingots. But let's use iron for that instead. And I think 8 stacks should be enough. And now we should be able to make the 83 total that we need. Yes. And then we can transform those into the 83 ender upgrade orbs. So now if we fly on over to our pond and we throw all of these in first and then the Caliburn. I really hope this works, by the way. I didn't test it. There's a sword in the lake, but it's not enchanted. Wait, that didn't do anything. Where are my other things? Oh, here they are. Maybe this has to be enchanted? So let's throw Smite 5 on. And now maybe if we throw all of these in with the sword. Oh, that did something. Come on, please. Victory! Innate cap 5 million. But it still only does 13 damage. We gotta work on that. But now we can actually upgrade to the Morgan sword. And I know this book says to sacrifice a player's best friend, normally meaning a wolf. However, there's a loophole. If we come back to our ancient city, I believe last episode I left a couple wardens wandering. They could have despawned though. So let us summon in another one. And here he comes. We can fight the warden. So let's go ahead, and this time, I don't think we're gonna have as much difficulty as we did before because our armor is very OP. Yeah, I'm not where'd he go? As I was saying, I'm not taking anywhere near as much damage as I was before. Yeah, you can stay in that hole. There we go. And there's the Morgan sword. But before we can actually start upgrading the amount of damage on this sword, we need 2 more items. And one of those items we get from these little turtles here. So let's grab some of this kelp. And I believe we can feed these guys. You not like kelp? What do they eat? Ah, it's seagrass, not kelp. So let's grab some of that. Oh, does Silk Touch really not work on this either? All right. Okay, now we got them. So let's grab some of this. And now, if I can find the second turtle, where'd he go? Oh, here he is. So I actually need you to follow me, Mr. Turtle, because I need you up on the beach with this guy. Because now I can make you 2 breed. Are you gonna do something here? Okay, let's try this again. Make me an egg, please. It's already looking more promising than before. And here's our couple eggs. So let's Silk Touch these, and you guys can be free now. And then the next thing we need is a villager. Hello. Because we need to grab his DNA, and I guess take him as well. You can stay here. It's all right. Make our feed once again, and then go ahead and grab ourselves a villager egg. Then take one of our Vindicator spawners, place it down up here, replace that with the villagers, and then add the egg to make them little baby ones. Wait, you're not supposed to be dying. Well, I guess we can shut these off for now. Now we can actually go ahead, grab our Morgan sword, and then just swing at this post. And as you can see, our damage has gone up to 57. And that's kind of just what you have to do to level up the sword. So I'll see you in a bit. Oh my god. I'm done. I am really done. I can't do this anymore. We now have 750k damage on the sword, which is nowhere near close to 5 million. But it should be more than enough to get rid of this guy. So let's hope we can one-tap him. Wait, what? Excuse me? What? The sword? What is going on? What? I'm only doing like 50 damage to him per swing. Maybe this special ability on this thing will work. Let's build up the ball and boof. Really? Really? Honestly, at this point, I think my pickaxe might do more damage. No. But anyways, now let's get rid of this guy. Yeah, I don't like you. Well, that was disappointing. I guarantee I chose the one boss that took no damage from swords. So with that note, I think we're gonna end the episode here because my brain hurts from that. So if you guys did enjoy, please make sure to subscribe. Also leave comments down on this video letting me know what you did enjoy, what you didn't enjoy, also what I can improve upon on these videos. And if you have any tips for me to be able to one-shot that guy, that'd be great. Also let me know what you're looking forward to seeing later on in the mod pack. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.